Oh, I got one.
Icelandic Elements is a private tour company. You can contact us for any types of tours in Iceland. Enjoy the video. Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi.
My friend Jon is here with me. Today we're gonna make a video about fishing in the harbour, in the ocean. Most Icelanders start fishing there when we are young. Myself, you know, I was there every day for a couple of years, 2-3 years, but eventually most Icelanders start to focus more on fishing the freshwater species we have, the Arctic char, brown trout and Atlantic salmon, of course. Iceland is a paradise for fishing, fly fishing. It's very popular here, and normal fishing, like I call it, also. So if you want to do that, you can always contact me. Icelandic Elements is a private tour company, and we do all kinds of activities. It seems like the foreigners or people who are visiting Iceland or working here, they seem to be in much higher number when it comes down to fishing for cod, like we are doing in this video. We're gonna talk about that a little bit, and yeah, just go over ocean fishing in general. Jon, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and when you came to Iceland?
Hi everyone. Welcome to Icelandic Element channel. So I came to Iceland 7 years ago. I had a lot of background from fishing. I've been fishing since I'm born, I guess. My father was a fisherman. He used to teach me a lot about fishing. I've been growing up with fishing education, more or less. Every vacation was about fishing. I've been fishing all over France until I come to Iceland, and I try to bring my experience on my vision of fishing from France, which is quite different from the ones I have here. Mm-hmm. And I also found out that life in Iceland is quite expensive, and when you can go out and catch your own food, it's always a good plus. So yeah, it's been now 7 years I'm here and fishing every seasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the ocean fishing or the cod fishing, like in this video, it starts when? In early spring?
Early spring, so basically just when the snow stops, more or less May, I will say. May is the beginning of the season. We go fishing in April, mm-hmm. but it's quite tough. It's really cold, minus temperature. Okay. And then it really rises up in May, since all the fish are more or less migratory and will just show up here with the herring on all the food that they found on their way.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've been seeing more and more, you know, of these huge cod, big fish, like in the video. They come early season, and in the video you're fishing with a friend of yours, Jonathan, who is from France, and you've been friends for a long time.
Yeah, Jonathan we've been friends for probably like, I don't know, 10, 12 years, something like this. We used to be neighbors in Paris. Okay. And what happened to me is that I was fishing in Paris, mm-hmm. Street fishing in Paris, and I brought him with some days, and since that he's been hooked. He was fishing a bit as a child for mackerel and whatsoever he was finding on the coast in French Brittany. Mm-hmm. And nowadays we just fish together all over Iceland.
Yeah. So what would you say the main difference is catching fish in Paris? You told me a story once that you were fishing downtown Paris, and a group of tourists came and were celebrating your catch and taking photos. And
it happens, or even having people getting mad at me for fishing in Paris. It's just another way of seeing the fishing, you know. There is catch and release, so you can't really eat the fish. There is a lot of PCB and a lot of pollution in the water in Paris, so it's not recommended to consume the fish there. Okay. But we go for big game fishing. There is a lot of big fish. When I say big fish, is as big as me.
Catfish,
carp. Big fish out there, and just for the challenge of catching a fish as big as you. It's been good fun there. Always catch and release, always trying to respect the fish and try to be as careful as we can. And yeah, we were basically taking a few drinks, partying, throwing a rod and waiting for it to catch something. And when you have like a monster that's almost 2 meters long on the line, you get quite a crowd around you. So it's been interesting stories together with Jonathan in Paris, and we had good time together out there. It's good time, good fun in Paris. I recommend to anybody that had the occasion to try this really different way of fishing.
So back to the video. You can see here in the footage of the video this guy who is catching a lot of fish, and you can see him slamming the fish around here on the pier. It is quite funny. There is sperm all around, obviously. These fish are there to reproduce, and yeah, he is obviously catching food or dinner for him or his family or friends, whatever. It is quite interesting, the Icelandic relationship with the cod, because Iceland was one of the poorest nations in Europe, at least, just over 100 years ago, and we mainly caught cod, and we still do, but back then we were basically too poor to eat the cod, so most of it, or almost all of it, was shipped out to the UK and other areas. So we are more used to eating isa or haddock in English, I think it is.
Haddock, yeah.
Haddock, it sounds like a hot dog, but it's more like haddock or something. So isa raspi is like a local dish, should be þorskurinn raspi, but I don't know, it's a tradition.
For me, what shocked me in Iceland is the fact that I see frozen fish in the supermarket, but you don't find fresh fish. The way we have it in France in the fishery, and it's really an industrial way of the cod is basically a way of getting money. What do you think?
I know exactly what you mean. The boats are getting fewer and fewer, but bigger and bigger in size. Plus they freeze the fish right away on board and process most of it there. So these fish processing plants on land are also getting fewer and fewer because of it. That's why it's frozen, I guess. But yeah, I mean, Icelanders mostly go on boats to catch cod more than fishing on the harbour. I personally find it very interesting why the difference, but we move, like I said earlier, more into freshwater fishing because we have so many options of catching Arctic char, brown trout, and of course the Atlantic salmon. It's also an interesting thing with the cod. Iceland has only taking part in one war, as we call it, the COD war against the British, and I proudly want to say we won that war. It was almost 20 years. It started in 1958 and ended approximately sometimes in the late 70s, I think. So it was weird seeing these videos and pictures of the Coast Guard clipping off the nets that the British mostly were dragging behind the ships. So they had to basically just come right up to it, and they had these wire clips. Interesting stuff, but yeah.
And still, I feel like many people are now more pushing themselves to the catch and release, which is salmon fishing, trout fishing. But as you say, nobody is going to fish downtown or fish in the ocean, because why will you spend your time going out there when you can buy the same fish in the supermarket, or even better quality in the supermarket? And it's really not used by the locals here, from my point of view.
It is weird because the ocean around the harbour and all around Iceland is clean, much cleaner than most other areas or cities.
For sure.
And this is fish that you can eat, but
sure.
Icelanders seem not to do so. It's an interesting relationship, like I said before, that the Icelanders and the cod. A lot of history. It's been our main income fishing, that is, and cod, like I told you earlier, is the biggest number, or by far the biggest single species of fish we catch. Would you mind? I asked you to bring some lures. Could you show me what we were using, or similar stuff you like to use?
So yeah, as you see on the video now, I'm using plastic lures. So those are shads with a tail, so it's basically gonna wiggle in the water. I put a jig head in the front. I usually use about like 30 grams, which is quite a lot. But what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna throw it really far, and the cod is just gonna see it falling in front of his face, and he's just gonna try to catch it. So it's been using jigs, spoons,
Topi. This is similar to topi, something every Icelander is used to. This has hooks in it.
So yeah, and it's basically just throwing it, letting it fall down, lifting it up, releasing, and again on have it basically following more or less a dead fish that's struggling around the water on in different stage. So yeah, not much to know about. You could just throw on, bring it back, and catch fish. Most of the catch I have is usually when the lure is almost touching the bottom. So just before it touches the bottom, boom. The cod is gonna follow it all the way down and then grab it before it touches the bottom. And it's been like this. I fish like this all year long, probably from March to November. Most of the fish I catch are in the summer, mainly around 3-4 kilos.
Nice.
Sometimes up to 10 kilos, but it's crazy the amount of fish that is in the water in Iceland. You can't imagine. It's ridiculous.
Another question I wanted to ask you, there are different species and different seasons, and what other species are there that come in?
So usually at the beginning of the season in May I will catch mainly the cods. It will be followed by the flatfish.
What is that?
So plaice, I think that's the name. Plaice
Koli in Icelandic
is the name in English. Followed again by Isa, which is the haddock we talked about before. All those fish will be basically migratory, so they will follow the hot waters. They will go to Europe, I believe, during the summer, the winter, and come here during the summer, because they found a lot of food, and they also found a really good place to breed. So it's really exponentially coming to Iceland in May. So let's say before that I'm not gonna catch anything, and then in 1 week it's gonna get much warmer, and I will start catching a lot of fish. And when I say a lot of fish, I also fish with like surf casting type. I will just throw the bait in the water, bring back a fish. Throw the bait, bring back a fish. It's not even funny at some points. Like a lot of flatfish. We got also the ray, scata.
Scata, exactly.
Some of that. I got a lot of, how do you say lisa in English? Do you know?
I know what type of fish it is, but I have no idea.
We just put a picture somewhere here.
Or a text down.
Exactly.
But I know you've seen like crazy amount of sea trout come in. They usually just follow, don't bite very often.
Also, yes, I was not expecting that, but I've been lucky enough to catch sea trout in Reykjavik. So those sea trout are coming with the bait fish, and they're following the bait fish around. They're trying to get big before the season, where they go up the stream to breed.
Exactly.
And those fish are just amazing. It's a fish full of power that's been growing up in the sea, and really nobody is aware of that in Iceland. Really few people are aware of that. Nobody really know how to fish it compared to Denmark or other countries where it's really a type of fishing.
It is super popular in Denmark, Sweden, Norway.
But here it's really few people, and there is a lot of sea trout coming to Reykjavik every year. And it's really short time. You need to be aware of when they're coming. But if you know where to be and what to do, it can be really rewarding.
Yeah. So guys, I guess this is the end of the video. If you want more information, if you're still here, you can contact me on the email here. We could, me and Johan, put up a map or give you information about where to go and what to catch.
Yeah, exactly. Don't forget to like and follow Pietur. He's been doing an amazing job so far. A lot of fun following him.
Yeah.
And please let us know if you want more information, if you want guided tour through him. No problem, you can contact us and get to know Iceland a bit better.
Exactly. Like Jan said, please consider subscribing to the channel, like the video. There are going to be a lot of more exciting stuff next summer. Already started to plan. It looks good. So, thank you for watching.
Thank you.